Urgent Las Vegas Raiders fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Las Vegas Raiders updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, Raiders Nation, buckle up because what's happening right now in Las Vegas is nothing short of a seismic shift. When you think about the Raiders, you think about a team with a storied history, a team that's always been about resilience, grit, and that relentless pursuit of greatness. But right now, it's as if the franchise is hitting the reset button, and trust me, this isn't just a typical offseason shuffle. No, the Raiders are making moves that signal a new direction, a fresh chapter in the team's evolution, and it's all happening under the watchful eye of the legendary Tom Brady, who, as you all know, has expanded his influence within the organization as a minority owner. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Tom Brady, the GOAT, getting involved behind the scenes in Las Vegas, right? Well, yes, and that's just the beginning. His presence alone has created ripples throughout the franchise, sparking a wave of roster changes, strategic decisions, and a clear intent to build a team that can contend not just in 2024, but for years to come. And let me tell you, the moves made so far make it pretty clear that the Raiders aren't here to just make up the numbers, they want to be serious contenders, and they're willing to do what it takes to get there. So, what exactly is going on? Well, as part of this overhaul, the Raiders have already started releasing players, some of whom were recent draft picks, and that's always a sign of a team looking to reshape its identity. For instance, recently, the team announced the release of Amari Burney and Matthew Butler. Now, Burney was a 6th-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, a guy who, despite limited playing time over his 2 seasons, managed to contribute with 32 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, a sack, and even a forced fumble last year. Not too shabby, right? But evidently, the Raiders are looking for more, for better fit, for more explosive talent, and Burney's role just wasn't enough to secure his spot. Matthew Butler, drafted a year earlier in 2022, is another casualty of this roster purge. He's been a bit of a project on the defensive line, logging just 168 snaps across 3 seasons, with 9 tackles and half a sack. It's clear that the Raiders are prioritizing younger, more versatile players who can step in immediately and make an impact. And it's not just these two, many other players are heading out the door, including Tyreek McAllister, a wide receiver, Dominic Boyd, an offensive lineman, Brandon Smith, a linebacker, and Christian Wilkerson, another wide receiver. All of these moves are part of a broader strategy to clear cap space, create opportunities for new talent, and build a roster that can compete at a higher level. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Las Vegas Raiders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. But wait, it's not all bad news, folks. Just a day before these cuts, the Raiders brought in some veteran reinforcements, players who can add experience and stability to the locker room. They signed linebackers like Jalen Smith and Jonathan Sutherland, both guys with NFL experience who can step in and contribute right away. Plus, the team has been actively adding new faces, edge rusher Joffrey Harvey, linebacker Wesley Steiner, and wide receivers Ketron Jackson Jr. and Keyshawn Smith. These signings show a clear intent. The Raiders are serious about upgrading depth across the board, especially on defense, which has been a concern in recent seasons. And let's not forget the cap space. The Raiders are sitting pretty with the 5th most cap space in the entire league right now, which gives them enormous flexibility. That's a crucial advantage in this current NFL landscape, where teams are making tough decisions, cutting veterans, restructuring contracts, and trying to squeeze every ounce of value out of their rosters. Las Vegas, with its financial flexibility, is in a prime position to pounce when the right opportunities come along. And if history has shown us anything, it's that the Raiders don't shy away from making bold moves, especially when they're looking to build a Super Bowl-caliber team. Now, with all these roster changes, it's clear that the front office, now under the leadership of Pete Carroll and John Spytek, is operating with a clear mandate to build a team that can not only compete but dominate. The offseason programs are already underway, and the players brought in are being evaluated closely. The current focus is on creating depth, competition, and most importantly, a winning culture. That's why some of these cuts and signings are strategic. They're not just about clearing cap space, but about finding the right mix of talent, speed, and physicality that fits the vision of the new Raiders. As the league calendar inches closer to the preseason, the anticipation builds. Every team is making moves, but the Raiders' approach feels particularly aggressive and calculated. They're not just waiting for free agency to come to them, they're actively shaping their roster for success. And let's be honest, with a legendary figure like Tom Brady involved at the ownership level, there's an extra layer of motivation and inspiration for everyone in the organization. The goal is clear: to return to the playoffs, to contend for a Super Bowl, and to restore the Raiders' reputation as one of the most feared teams in the league. Now, talking about the players themselves, there's a lot to be excited about. The team's core remains intact, but the infusion of new talent, especially on defense and at the skill positions, could be just what the Raiders need to push over the top. The addition of young receivers like Ketron Jackson Jr. and Keyshawn Smith gives quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo more weapons, which is essential if the offense is going to reach its full potential. On defense, the new signings and the continued development of young players could finally give Las Vegas a formidable unit that can shut down opponents and create turnovers, something they've lacked in recent seasons. And let's not forget, the Raiders have a rich history of resilience. From the dark days of the late 2000s to the resurgence with John Gruden and Derek Carr, this franchise has always found a way to bounce back. Now, with new leadership, a new wave of talent, and the backing of one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, the future looks promising. The goal is to build a team that not only wins games but also captures the imagination of their fans, both in Las Vegas and around the world. Looking ahead, there's still a lot of speculation about what's next. Will the Raiders make a splash in free agency? Will they draft a game-changing player in the upcoming NFL draft? All signs point to yes. The team's front office is clearly not content with the status quo. They want to be aggressive, strategic, and relentless in their pursuit of excellence. With the roster still in flux and plenty of cap space to maneuver, the possibilities are endless. Fans should stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. And now, Las Vegas Raiders fans, I want to hear from you. What do you think about these moves? Are you excited about the direction the team is heading? Do you believe they're on track to make a deep playoff run this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions are incredibly valuable, and they matter so much to us and to the Raiders organization. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, insights, and analysis, so make sure to stay tuned for all the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. This is a team that's rewriting its story, and it's only just beginning. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Raiders!